People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Now, people, I think that it is safe to say that Donna-Lee Donaldson missing is presumed to be DEAD. And people, I am not a medical doctor or have the power to pronounce anybody like that. However, based on the fact that this person has been missing from about the 12th or 13th of July, today is probably the 5th or 6th of August. So call it, say, 3 weeks. Based on the fact that nobody said where they put the body, based on the fact that people are getting arrested and charged for the takeaway, we can only come to the logical conclusion that nobody is going to go through that much trouble and the lady is still alive. So therefore, let's put that out there in the open. Now, people, my reason for doing this video is because I see a whole lot of speculations out there. A whole lot of people saying this and saying that. And specifically, one Constable Brown. Now, people became aware of Constable Brown when she was on Andre's Live. Constable Brown made some damning allegations. Constable Brown said that Donna-Lee was STRANGLED by Katyan, and then Katyan called Mr. Noel Maitland. So people, that is a source right there. Who is this person? Anybody knows who she is? Can anybody validate or verify where she says she work? 100-man power station. That is in Portmore. Checks with people associated with the JCF. Nobody knows of her. Nobody knows any Constable Brown that works in any power division. So therefore, me can't verify, nobody can tell me that. However, what I realize is that when people get information and they have an agenda and they are pretty much brainwashed into thinking one sort of way, nobody can tell them anything, even when people come with evidence and facts. People, I am not saying that Donna-Lee was not possibly STRANGLED. However, based on when I take a check, based on what she said, and I know that person are going to say, well, she don't want to make you know exactly which part she did because of fear of her life. However, she sounded confident when she was giving her information and saying, yes, this is me. If anything, I am leaving on Monday. May have a multiple visa, and I understand that she might have safety concerns. However, when you say stuff like this without a shadow of a doubt and you identify yourself as such, and I've never seen anybody give her true identity and say, yes, I can validate or verify that this lady does exist and what she says is credible and true. Me not get that thus far. If it is available, somebody please put it in the comment section or call me. Wanna know my number. So people, like me say, the authority can verify or validate, and there's question signs to that whether she has reasons for safety. However, when I listen to the way that this lady speaks, there's a thing that I call police language. There's a way, it is like an accent that the popo have where them talk different. Them use certain terms. Me can't find them terms. She not talk like a popo to me. She talk like somebody that is from the street and just clout chasing. Whether she wants to throw the popo off once again, I will give her the benefit of the doubt, even though I think it is hardly likely. So therefore, those are the doubts that I have. The next thing, I said yesterday in a video that I did, Popo persons close to the investigation top investigators, top detectives, in which I have links with, told me that Donna-Lee was taken out by blunt force trauma. Now people, what this means is that she was hit in the head, hit where it damaged vital organs, and there was blood splatter. There was a pattern that left all sorts of splatter upon curtain, upon carpet, upon wall, upon the ceiling. I am not going to say it was everywhere that I just mentioned, but me just say there was a substantial enough, more than enough for it to be just a little drop. So therefore that was red flag number 1 for the Popo to say or declare that that was the cause of DEATH, even though it is not official. So people, when I hear from a source that bring a source without vetting that source, cannot verify or validate themselves who this person is or if this person actually exists and have any sorts of law enforcement background. And then I have my source, persons in which I have spoken to on cases separate from this, that I know are Popo, that I know are big time investigators, detective, whatever you want to call it. If I have money to bet, who would I bet on for reliable or credible information? Now people, I know that person are going to say, yeah, but you know, so them Popo, yeah, them a thief, them a lie, them a try cover it up. Yes, there are some rogue Popo out there. There might be Popo, well not might be, there are Popo that are out there that are trying to derail the whole thing. And some of the time, a lot of it is their incompetence, them slowness, inefficiency in the way that they investigate or do their probe. So I understand questions people are going to have. The next thing, I did a video yesterday and I said that, listen, there was blood splatter. And of course, you know, the naysayers, the people that want to go with this agenda that she was strangled. And the next thing before I forget, if you're giving us information and you sound so convincing, you're not usually going to conveniently forget about certain things that, yeah, and even after she strangled her, she pretty much lick her in her head. There was blunt force trauma. People that talk so convincingly don't conveniently leave out intricate details. So people, that is red flag once again. So people, my point is this. People are saying, then hold on a minute. Oh, you have blunt force trauma and you don't have any sorts of body. That don't make no sorts of sense. However, it is these same people that just listen to everything and soak it up like a sponge because it sounds good, it follows the theory. However, people, here is the deal. When it comes to forensic, when it comes to crime scene investigators, they really don't need a body, because there's a thing that is called DNA. There's a thing that is called blood type. That means you can match or you can take DNA from family members and match it to the blood that was on the carpet, on the wall, in the couch, whatever you want to call it. And you can do a match, and common sense would tell you that, listen, the professors at Harvard, the people that know, the people who you consider experts would tell you that based on a pattern of how this splash so, this splash there so, this step on the carpet, this would be a clear case of blunt force trauma. So therefore, I am just educating you. Listen, you do not need the body. Once you get DNA, once you match that BLOOD type, once you take a swab from a family member and it matches close enough, that is what crime scene investigators and forensic investigators do. Where is the body of Donna-Lee? I wish I could tell you, because that would solve a whole lot of the problems. So people, I just tell you. So therefore, when we listen to what the people must say, meaning the crime scene investigators, and then when we listen to somebody that you cannot validate or verify, that has never been vetted, that just talk, and people, let's not get it twisted. This is social media. Believe half of what you hear and half of what you see. Now people, the next thing that I am going to speak about is what I see on social media. A little riff that I see on social media as it pertains to an artist. His name is Mr. Vegas. And a social media influencer, personality, whatever you want to call it, Andre Stevens. Now people, Andre Stevens, his intentions are good. I think that he wants well for the family of Donna-Lee. I think he wants people to find, or the investigator, to accelerate the investigation. You and I, everybody and their mama, the dog and the post know say the pawpaw, they are moving like molasses, running down the slope in a blizzard in Alaska. Very, very slow, snail's pace, in other words. So therefore, people get frustrated. However, the truth and the fact is that, here's the thing. We as bloggers are social media influencers. We are supposed to do stuff to assist, to solve this crime, to assist the pawpaw in making sure, say, if this lady is indeed DEAD, we know say she missing, we know the two people are the persons that she was around, make sure say we get justice for this girl and the family of the victims, specifically the mother, because we see say the mother is traumatized. She is going through a whole bunch of emotional stress right now. So people, that is the ultimate goal. However, we want accurate information wherever that source is coming from. And people, listen. Even I, as a blogger, have gotten information before. Information that sounded very credible because the people or the persons act like them did dead. All the way got through that. However, intentionally misleading people, rolling with an agenda or a theory that possibly is not so, and sticking to it even after there is more information out there that is easily accessible, available to you. That is what we call misleading. Now, whether that person's intention was to do so, me can't validate or verify that, because I cannot speak to anybody's frame of thoughts or frame of mind. However, people, me just say. So therefore, I feel like Andre has an agenda. The agenda is mostly good. The agenda is to get this lady some sort of justice if she's not found alive, which I doubt that she is. Not to give up any sorts of hope, but me just say, hope for the best, expect the worst. Now when it comes to Mr. Vegas, I don't think that Mr. Vegas does not want good for this family, does not want this lady to be found, or the suspect or the person of interest to be charged and get the maximum time allowed by the judge or the system of justice. However, Vegas' way is different than Andre's way. Which one is better? Which one is worse? Which one is most effective or more effective? That is for you to make that determination. Me now I'm going to say everything clear as day. However, if somebody has a difference in an opinion, if somebody feels as if somebody is doing something that is detrimental to the whole thing, don't that person have the rights to an opinion? Isn't that person's opinion just as valid? Just as valid as the next person. What makes this person's opinion more valid than that person's opinion? Now we have to understand, Mr. Vegas is Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas has his own personality and the way that he deals with things. Mr. Vegas is outspoken. Mr. Vegas is controversial. However, people are going to say, well, a bad mind in bad mind Andre, because Andre are the hottest thing on social media, the new kid on the block. And people, nobody have a problem with that. Well, I don't have a problem with anybody come and getting their time in the sun, 15 minutes of fame, whatever you want to call it. If indeed he surpasses that, I have no problem with that. However, like me say, dude is articulate. Dude has a flair for dramatization. Dude sounds exaggerated and over sensationalized sometimes. However, we give credit where credit is due. He played an integral part in pressuring the Popo. Now, would the Popo have done their job either way, with or without Andre, or with or without persons like myself? Yes, they would have. However, not as fast. It is the pressure that they got from bloggers like Andre, bloggers like myself, that made them accelerate the process, the probe, the investigation. So therefore, people, everybody have good to do. However, everybody goes about it differently. And people, I think what is happening as it pertains to Andre and people, this is constructive criticism. However, I know that people like conflict and like drama, so therefore it is going to be misinterpreted anyway. However, I don't really care. I think what is happening is that Andre, because of the guests like Constable Brown, guests like the person, the coachman, now he set the bar so high that people have a certain expectation. And if he does not keep up with this pace, he's going to feel as if he's going to let down people. So therefore, he might have a tendency to get carried away. So therefore, him stop do the vetting process. Him just put on anybody, and anybody, it is like an open mic. And people, that can be detrimental to the case. That can lead to a lot of persons' name being called up that have nothing to do with nothing. And people, I am not saying that that is the case, but me just say. So people, at the end of the day, what we all want, we want to see justice for this lady if she was indeed killed by either way, whether it is by strangulation, whether it is by blunt force trauma. People, me not really know, because at the end of the day, everybody's objective is to make sure we get some sort of justice. However, whenever you as a blogger start insist that people pay you, whenever, every so on in your platform or on your platform, you keep insisting, you know, so me have PayPal, you know, so me have Zelle, you know, so me have Cash App, you know, so me have this. People, that puts up a certain amount of red flag. We have to ask the question, is there any sorts of ulterior motive? Now people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. If somebody is putting in the work and you feel as if that person is supposed to get paid and you feel like voluntarily paying that person, that is fine. However, no person is supposed to put any sorts of demands on you because, listen, me I put in the work, so therefore me forget paid. So in other words, automatically you within your own conscience should make that decision. You know, say, me I go assist this youth because my sister him a do a good job. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.